journey, and then we'll take a deep dive into that
Okay.
protocol.
Thank you, Sharon. Hi, everyone. So I'm Vero Dalla. I'm a French artist established in New York since 12 years now. And 6 years ago, I was diagnosed with a severe rheumatoid arthritis. It was really bad. Actually, it was my entire body. And I was under very heavy medication for 2 years. Alors, if the treatment helped me to reduce the pain, not completely, but reduce the pain, it created unexpected health issues. And I avoided 3 cancers. So I had 3 surgeries. The last one was hysterectomy, a full one. And because I had the previous health issues, this surgery was a challenge. So I had to go back to France to be able to find a surgeon who will agree to do the surgery under my condition. And at that time, I couldn't take it anymore. It was way too much between the treatment, between all these health issues created. It was out of control. Sorry.
So with the surgeon in France, what did he do different? So what surgery were you getting?
I had to sign paper and take responsibility for the consequences.
For the hysterectomy?
Yes.
Okay. So
but
you
it was
wanted,
because
you wanted the hysterectomy, or
no, because in USA they told me I should have the hysterectomy. However, because of my health condition previous to the rheumatoid arthritis, it was a complicated surgery.
Okay.
And they didn't want to take the risk. They preferred to give me another treatment.
Right. Okay.
So I say no. There is no way I'm going to take another treatment.
Okay.
In top of everything I had.
Okay.
So, and I didn't feel I could have the power to change their mind in New York. When in France, I'm French, so the communication, it's a little bit easier. So, and the recovery time was expected to be super long. So I decided to go back to France, and I found a surgeon who was agree after many discussion to do the surgery. I signed the papers, but in the same times, I realized, okay, I can't continue like that. It's not a life. I'm still young. I have a lot of projects. I have to find a solution. So I decided to heal myself from within. With this, because of my history, I was absolutely convinced that the physical disease are a reflection of the emotional distress. So, okay, starting from this point, I asked myself many questions and say, what is wrong with me? Clearly, let's be completely honest. What is wrong with me inside? So, and I decided to create a protocol based on obvious pillars like the psychological one, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, and physical. And by physical, you have diet and exercise.
Yeah.
At that time, I couldn't do yoga. Yoga was hurting my body as crazy. I remember the last time I did yoga, I spent 3 days in my bed because my hips was hurting so much, and it's
and
super
this is
painful,
from the arthritis, and I guess the surgery, toxicity, everything.
Yeah. So, and since I knew the surgery was challenging for my body, I have intestinal condition, so it was very challenging for my body. I also thought I should prepare my body for this surgery. I want this surgery to go well. I want the recovery time to
So
go
this
well.
is, you started your healing journey before you got the
Yes.
hysterectomy with the French
Yes.
doctor. Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because I decided to stop the medication. I had to stop the medication for the surgery.
Got it.
So I knew I had to stop the medication, but I was supposed to take it back after. So I took the occasion when I stopped it for the surgery, say, okay, I'm going to prepare my body and I wanted back this treatment.
Yeah.
So I prepare my body. I made research and I listened to my inner voice. And I created this protocol really by listening my inner voice, really my sixth sense or whatever you call it, my inner knowing, because
Yeah.
that it's
And
one of
just
my
on that, have you found that you've always been able to connect intuitively to how you're feeling, what's better for you,
yes.
or is this something that you developed at this
Okay.
stage of your life?
Alors, to be completely honest, so like I told you, I had a near-death experience. I was 10 years old.
Yes.
I came back with a type of knowledge,
Yeah.
but I denied it for 2 decades. I refused to embrace this part of myself, to accept it.
Yes.
So, you have all of this because of the education, because of the social environment, because of society,
Yes, because we're told
for
that.
sure.
And the reason I asked that question is because I really do believe and know that we are, especially as females, as women, we are intuitively, we come down with a knowing. And a lot
Yes.
of the time we sit in our masculine energy more than being balanced across both masculine and feminine.
Mm.
And a lot of women that I talk to and work with have lost that connection with the knowing that they know, if they listen, their body, everything is telling them what's right or wrong for them, but we're not listening.
No, we're not.
And this is pushing us more towards the masculine energy, and we're losing touch with our nature, as women. So, and that's why I asked that question, if it was something you've always been able to do, or if it's something that came up and you learned how to better connect with your intuition.
Yes, and actually, I was connected with deep knowledge,
Yeah.
but we are speaking 4 decades ago, not 5 years ago. 4 decades ago. 4 decades ago, the knowledge I had as a very young teenager, it was out of the frame. I don't know even how to explain that. And I read Sigmund Freud. I was 11 to teach myself to come back in the mold, which at that point was the best solution I found to be able to still be integrated.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, I should have stopped at the right time. I didn't. So I am paying the heavy price because I completely disconnected myself from my true self.
But this is very common.
Yes.
I've been through a journey of something similar as well, where I did not listen to what my body was telling me, the biofeedback, because as you would know, because you study this as well, and you know it obviously clearly because you've healed yourself from something major, is that, when we're not connected spiritually, mentally, emotionally, it manifests as dis-ease within the physical body. And a lot of us are ignoring that, just keep pushing it away because we're too busy, we can't be bothered, we don't want to deal with what's coming up. And there's so many resources, right? We're not expected to do this and to walk this journey alone. I use a lot of TMC, a lot of homeopathics. Everyone is out there with tools, and this is holistic health. There's so many things that we can use as tools to connect us back to those feelings, and not ignoring it and pushing it away, and then 10 years later seeing ourselves in disease. So
Yes,
it's so
yes,
important.
but remember, it was 4 decades ago. Four
Yeah.
decades ago, we weren't speaking about quantum physics. We were speaking about our ability to heal ourselves, and we weren't the Western cultures. We weren't speaking of that.
Mm-mm.
So it could have been extremely complicated to go against everything and everybody, knowing deeply quantum physics. To me, I did physics and chemistry studies a long time ago. To
Yeah.
me, I knew it was missing something. It was missing quantum physics. To me, I knew
Yes.
from the
Something wasn't right.
knowing.
Yeah.
Yes, but now is different. Now we have the resources. Now we have the research. Now we have all the tools to be able to go deeper and to
Yes.
understand everything that's really going on.
Yeah.
So to come back to my protocol, when I decided to prepare my body, I decided to work on all of these pillars, and each of them I asked myself a ton of questions: how I was feeling, what I was missing, a ton of questions. And by replying to these questions, I realized what I was missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to put exercises, if we can call that exercises, in front of each of them. So, for example, when you are on the tremendous house of pain, sorry.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to stay calm inside.
Yes.
Extremely hard. So I decided to do cardiac coherence, which we call today heart coherence. Now I know, but 3 years ago I didn't know. So it was cardiac coherence. So I started to do cardiac coherence, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Very soon I felt the difference inside. Now I needed to move my body. I couldn't do yoga. I made research. I found Qigong. Qigong was magical and still magical. I'm still doing a Qigong almost every day.
It's actually something I really want to start practicing, actually, because like I said, I do a lot of acupuncture. I do it muscular and energetic. And I just think this is going to be that next thing for me that I start practicing as well. Just, the chi, the energy. I really am looking forward. I actually might get someone within the community to do a couple of live sessions. So I've just met someone, so I might get them to do a few live sessions, but I really am keen to find something in my local area and actually do it physically.
It's an amazing gift for yourself.
Yeah,
it's incredible. And especially when you are sick at this level and under so much pain, to be able to move your body, to be able to feel the energy in your body, and to calm you down inside deeply, to reconnect yourself with your body, not from a painful perspective, but from a collaborative perspective.
Yeah. And it's also because it's such a practice, isn't it? And you would be better to answer this because you've been doing it for so long. But a lot of the time when we are in dis-ease, we need to make our body lighter. And we're doing a lot of exercises that are actually, without us realizing, raising our cortisol levels in the body. So if we're already our nervous system is not in balance, and then we're adding these, which is me. I do a lot of lifting, adding these exercises that are adding more weight, as in heaviness, to the body instead of lightness. It's really hard to find the balance in the nervous system. And it's something I've been researching a lot lately, especially depending on the cycle of the woman. There are times that our body can take a little bit more cortisol, but then there's times in our cycle that our body, needs us to be in balance in order to keep producing the hormones that we need.
That's true.
And this modality, this exercise, I think is perfect. And that's why I really want to give it a go.
Yes. And you work on the energy in your body, but you work also on the connection between your mind and your body, which is also extremely important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, that
Amazing.
Qigong.
So you started off with the heart coherence, then you added the Qigong.
I was doing journaling every day.
Journaling?
Every single day. Journaling every single day.
And what were you journaling? Is it about the emotions that came up for you, or was it just...
I was venting the hunger, actually. I was venting the emotional pain from the physical pain.
Yeah.
And from, when you are under that much suffering, at some point it's extremely complicated to manage, because psychologically not to give up. At some point, yes, you can give up, but it's so overwhelming. It's difficult to find a window where you can feel at peace, optimistic, positive. So by venting in this journal,
so what were you what were you writing in your journal as an example? That was it more your anger towards the disease?
Yes, and the pain.
And the pain.
My life was breaking down. Literally. I moved from France to New York for my artist career, and suddenly I couldn't work the way I was supposed to do. And it was at the stage of my artist life where it was crucial to me to be able to perform, which I couldn't. At some point, it was impossible anymore. So, you have my art. It's my life. It's who I am. And I was sharing. I had a lot of exhibits. I was a successful professional artist. So it's a sculpture. I couldn't use my hands properly anymore.
That's big, because you actually moved to a whole nother country for your career. Then all of a sudden you found yourself not able to do that exact thing. So there would have been a lot of venting in your journal for sure.
A lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had my gratitude journal.
Yeah.
And that it's also extremely important.
Yes, it is.
Every little positive improvement,
you were grateful for.
I was grateful for.
Yeah.
Even very little.
Yeah.
Which could have been okay. Today I was able to stay up 5 hours.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Or today I was able to do my 1 hour Qigong straight. Or I don't know, I had a good sleep, which that was also a big challenge. Every single one, or a ray of sun, or a smell, or everything that could make me feel good or better, I express gratitude.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Gratitude's so important. It's one of the first steps in my program to wake up and be grateful before you even plant your feet on the ground, because it really does set you up for your day ahead, doesn't it? It shifts your entire energy. And there's a lot of studies around the benefits of gratitude, and the importance. And on a spiritual level, it also opens you up to more abundance.
yes,
I
it does.
just find it when I practice gratitude in the mornings, my days are so much more productive
Of
than the
course.
days, when I get lazy. I'm like, oh, I'm too busy. They're not my favorite days. But when I practice gratitude, it's just amazing. And it's one of the things that I emphasize the importance of all the time. It's really interesting because the steps you've taken are almost identical to the Empower Her System program. So it's beautiful. Yeah. And
But
it works.
after that,
Look, it works.
yes, it does.
It works.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes. But you will see, because I created all of that intuitively. I didn't know the science between gratitude. I didn't know the science between Qigong. It was everything intuitive. But months later, it was one of my doctors who told me that it was a principle of epigenetic.
Yes.
So, and after that, I went deeper, and now it's my studies. So on my way to my PhD. So it's obvious. Something else I did, which helped me also so much, it was self-hypnosis.
Yes.
I wasn't a good meditator at that time, but self-hypnosis really helped me a lot.
Me too.
And it's so powerful at the level where now I do it only during the weekend, not anymore during the week, because if I do it during the week, I stay in this state of awareness at a very high level where you can't do everything you are supposed to do during your day. It's not possible.
Yeah. So the self-hypnosis I do, and actually I have recorded one as part of the Empower Her program as well.
Oh, great.
It's from moving from being problem-based to solution-based. And I do it in the evening as I'm falling asleep at that theta stage. And I found that completely made me wake up differently from the moment I started listening to it. And it was a nightly thing for me because I was so problem focused all the time. All I ever saw was the problems. It had a lot to do with my upbringing too, coming from a family that really thrives on drama. So I was raised to see the problems. So in my businesses, I always only saw the problems, and I'd find myself stuck in that cycle. And then I started using it for my healing, dis-ease, and everything. And it literally, that was the turning point in my life, those self-hypnosis meditations. It was unbelievable. And perfect because, like you, number one, I didn't find I had the time to sit in meditation, running, businesses, twin boys that were young, and all the rest of life. So this was perfect timing, right? I was falling asleep, and at the same time, I was reprogramming the subconscious mind. And I say this all the time, the last 5 minutes before you go to bed, whatever it is you're thinking about is exactly what you're going to be waking up thinking about. And it just changed so much. And this is why I'm actually going down the journey of working with a clinical hypnotist, and I'm coming up with those theta meditations to address specific things that people may want to address, whether it's finding your purpose, manifestation, public speaking, health,
managing pain.
Managing pain is another one.
Yes. it's to me it was
Yeah, I'll add
a
that.
very, very useful tool to learn to detach myself from the pain, which is crucial when you are under this amount of physical pain. You have to learn to detach yourself from it.
Yes.
And self-hypnosis was, to me, was the key.
Yeah.
It was because you remember I stopped to take any medication, so I didn't, the pain woke up, but not for too long because everything worked out perfectly. But still, when I had a crisis, I needed to find a solution to manage the pain without to have to take back the medication. So self-hypnosis was incredible for the
Self-hypnosis.
pain.
Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
self-hypnosis was that tool for you to help you
Yeah,
manage the pain. And it
Mm-mm.
worked? Did you, because at this stage
Perfectly.
you were
Perfectly.
no medication now.
No,
So you were
not
doing
anymore.
these things and no medication for your pain, for anything.
Anything.
Wow.
It was finished. Medication for me was finished. So little story about self-hypnosis and the power of self-hypnosis. So because of my health issues, my teeth was in a very bad shape. I had to go to the dentist and I stayed on the chair. He removed 8 of them. I stayed on a chair 9 hours in 2 days. During the and if there is something I hate, like many people, is a dentist. So I use self-hypnosis while I was on the chair for 9 hours. First of all, the dentist became a good friend.
Well,
Because
he would have been, yeah, at that stage.
that's a amazing story. But I was able to go through these 9 hours without any trouble. Second thing, I didn't have any swelling, anything. You couldn't see I spent that much hours on his chair because nothing. The secretization part was amazing. The healing part was absolutely incredible. Not well, a little bit of antibiotics, of course, because it was a major, but
This is powerful. Yeah.
it was impressive at this level. Yes, that the dentist became a very good friend. He was impressed by the reaction of my body.
Yeah. So did you take anesthetic whilst you were extracting your teeth?
Yes, but very light,
Very light. Yeah.
very light.
Yeah. I was
And no pain at all after the wake up, the gums and everything, no pain at nothing. It was like nothing.
Yeah. I worked with a facilitator who does PSYCH-K, which is all about the subconscious programs.
I know.
And
I know.
so I practice PSYCH-K as well. And at the time when I was studying, the teacher, she had a car accident when she was in her 30s. She was about 60 at this stage that I'd met her, and she had some plates in her jaw that eventually would have needed to be removed. And with the power within us, she found a doctor that had agreed to do the surgery without anesthetic to remove these plates. And I'm still in awe of that. I just think it's so incredible that she was able to remove plates from her jaw without any medication. She was very specific about the way they had to speak with her to her during the process.
Yes.
And just the way they treated her, it had to be a certain way for her to stay in that state of mind. And I just think incredible. This is the power. This is just amazing. it gives me goosebumps.
And
yeah, it's just incredible. It really is.
but it's super powerful, and so I'm still doing self-hypnosis, not
Same.
because I need it for my body, for the pleasure to do it, because you can go that deep and have incredible experience.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I do it every night. Well, the nights I don't do it, actually, I don't sleep very well.
Okay.
So, and I've always been my sleeping patterns have always been very up and down and never been a good sleep. A lot of childhood trauma had me waking up at night in shock, and it's something I carried through my adult life. So sleeping's always been a challenge for me. And when I do the self-hypnosis, the one I have developed, I sleep. And I actually trial it on myself. I use myself as a case study all the time.
Yeah, of course.
And again, it comes down to my belief system now, because biology of belief, but it so works for me. Every time I do the hypnosis, I sleep. When I don't do it, I don't sleep. And it's like, it's my medicine. That's as simple as it is.
Yes.
It's my medicine.
I
Whatever you
understand.
believe in the world, whatever your belief system is about anything, it's going to work for you if you believe it. But also, it changed my life. It honestly did. And that's why I feel so passionate about developing this, and just having more people not have to go see a hypnotist, knowing that they can actually do it themselves, even if their time
yes.
arrived. And because a lot of people say, I can't do this, I can't do that because I don't have the time. Well, at some stage you're going to be falling asleep. So you can listen to this hypnosis whilst you're falling asleep. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, no,
I'm not surprised.
It was an amazing tool.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you got to that stage of pain by listening to these meditations. So amazing.
What I also did, it was EFT, emotional freedom technique, the tapping.
The tapping, yeah.
Which I did a lot at the beginning, every day. So I created my own text, really adapted to my case. Because like you, I have childhood trauma and very extremely deep. And I used EFT every day for a while, actually.
And
to
was
break
it EFT?
down.
Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
To break down the automatic response of my mind and my body, which 95% of our reaction are pre-programmed from yesterday or the past. So that it was every day. So at some point, emotionally, I really faced my traumas. And so some point it was difficult to manage, but I didn't give up. I say, okay, I really have to resolve this problem. I want to heal, so I have to resolve my problems. So EFT was almost every day.
Wow.
For 4 months. Months.
And how long did that take you every day, the tapping?
The tapping, if depends on the protocol I choose, because you have a different points. You have 2 circuits, 2 paths. 20-30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had to prepare my text. I really wanted something, because everything I found online, I wanted something extremely pertinent for myself.
Correct. So something that resonated with your exact.
Yes.
So just did you create the process for the tapping for yourself?
Yes.
And was it mostly around pain, or was it more about emotional attachment?
No. Emotional, wrong belief system. But yeah, more emotional. The emotional response to trauma.
Yeah. Yep. So your
And
triggers, yep.
yeah, in fact, not anymore because now I'm doing much better. But last year I was still every 2 months I was still doing some sessions to remove because it's not an easy journey. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, and we are like an onion. When we start to peel it,
More comes up.
So, but it's okay. It can be extremely frustrating while we are doing it. It is frustrating because
So just a quick point on that, because this is something that comes up often as well.
uh
What made you? So we're on a journey and we're practicing all these steps that you've created now and that are working for you. And something comes up that really pushes you and doesn't feel good. What was it that made you keep on going down your road? Was there a thought that you told yourself? What was the thing that said, I have to keep doing this, I have to keep going?
I have the right to have a life without suffering.
You kept telling yourself that? Is that?
Oh, I do believe it.
Yeah.
Well, I have health issues since 10 years old.
Okay.
So my life, it's all about disease and physical pain.
So basically, you left yourself no choice but to keep going.
No, I don't have the choice. And
Yep.
still today, I don't have the choice.
Love
If
that.
I don't heal myself on the cellular level, I have to be careful what I am going to say. I have the birthright to have a life without pain. Clearly.
That's it.
And
that was your motivation.
I have this extremely deep life energy inside of me. I can't ignore it. Even when I was in my bed and I couldn't move, I still had this life energy inside. Say, wait, I'm here. What am I going to do with you?
Yeah.
So I am a survivor in many ways. Many ways.
Same.
Especially disease.
Yeah.
I had the first cancer I had, that was 27. It was a very fast one. I had a lot. So, and there is no reason. I love life. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. I love to dance. We are going to speak about that as well. I love people. I love life. Why my life will be in my bed under pain, and no, it couldn't work for me. It's not possible. There is no way.
Yeah.
And I have a lot to give to others. I always took care a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes, but also in my life, I always took care of people. So, and it's my life. It's who I am. It's my natural. So why should I deal with pain every single day, everywhere in my body? It's you can't move a foot, you can't move a knee, you can't move a hip. It's a shoulder, it's a neck, it's the brain, because rheumatoid arthritis also it's inflammatory and takes also your organs and the brain. The brain, it's a part of the protocol. We are going to talk about it, but no, I want to live. I want to have fun.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I love that. So what else did you do, Vero?
So music.
Yeah.
Music. I do love music. And so when I was able, soon after, so I stopped the medication, started the protocol, was able to walk and move with Qigong. So, okay, now I need to dance. So my headphone, my music, outside, under the sky, at night, dancing. I wasn't dancing as crazy, but at the beginning, it was only moving a little bit the body, but enjoying the music. Really enjoying at a very deep level, feeling the music in my cells, feeling the connection with the nature around me. And I was doing that 3-4 times a week.
At night, always?
At night.
Wow.
Because I love at night with the night, the moon, the stars, the trees, and voilà. But me, back in USA, in New York, in my apartment in Manhattan, no, I still dance by myself. I dance by myself very, very, very often.
Beautiful.
And yes, and today you have many studies showing how much music can affect yourself too, which is completely logical because it's all about vibrations.
And this is an important point though, because there's a lot of music that isn't of a high vibration. So what sort of music were you listening to? Or do you?
Deep house music.
House
but
music.
Very specific, yes, the deep one, but a very specific type of one.
Yeah.
And I created rituals. So now, well, it could have been 2 or 3 hours. Huh? It was insane. But it felt good in my body. It still feels amazingly good in my body. But also, I was releasing negative energy.
Yes.
Stuck
energy.
Because one more time, when you are under physical pain, you are creating nodes of negative energy in your body. You need to release that. So by dancing and listening music, it really helped me a lot. I'm listening an average of 3-4 hours a day music. I study with music. It's really, music is my medication.
Yeah.
If I have one medication, is music.
Amazing.
But I also choose to listen only music that was lifting me up.
Correct. And this is really important because there's a lot of music that doesn't do that.
Crucial. Actually, when you are on the healing journey, it's absolutely crucial.
So for someone who might be listening who thinks, dancing to music's really going to be good for them, they're listening to what you're saying and it really resonates with them. Can you give them a tip about what to Google, what sort of music works, what sort of high vibrational music works?
If you find, okay, me, I am a YouTube student. So all my playlists are on YouTube. Actually, I'm going to create a public one because many people actually what I use, what type of music I use.
Send it over.
I will let you know.
It in. Any just tip, like, what.
It's super personal, but because you need to use a music that resonates with you.
Yeah. But so, what if someone,
for example,
a negative mindset and it's like they're going to be attracted to more of the low vibrational frequency?
Yes, but
this is the thing. So about shifting that into listening to something that's going to be more uplifting to their vibration, to make them, I always speak about lighter. It's about making ourselves lighter.
Yes. When you are on your healing journey, like I said earlier about gratitude also, and you have to create any occasion possible to do something positive for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Music, the same thing. If you start to listen to music, you have to learn to listen to your body. Your body is speaking to you all the time. You have to listen to it. And if you are listening to a certain type of music and suddenly you feel your body heavier, or you don't want to move, or it's sad, you start to cry, or stop it right away.
Perfect.
Is not helping your journey at all.
Yeah.
You need to focus only on uplifting music, energy. It's extremely important because we are on the healing stage.
Yes.
Now, if I want to listen some nostalgic music, it's okay. It's fine. I'm doing well. It's okay. But at that time, no way.
Yeah.
I am a hypersensitive, hyper everything. Extremely, yes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But in the same times, it's a gift because I am able
Absolutely.
to feel and see things incredible. But so because I am hypersensitive, I am extremely sensitive to music. So as soon as one of them is not breaking me up, no, not for me. Not in this playlist, healing one.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Yep. I think
And
that's
I did
good.
that
I think
for a
listen to
long
the
time.
body. What's uplifting you, what's making
It's
you
super
happier is
important.
what's going to work if you're going to be practicing your healing with music. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's super
Amazing.
important.
Yep.
And that was really, really a part of my protocol, was listening music and dancing. And still today, if I have, because of the studies, sometimes it's super heavy, and I'm still doing my protocol for my body. If I had a day a little bit too intense, I will take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, my headphone, my music by myself, enjoying the music, enjoying the weather, whatever the weather, enjoying my body moving.
I love that. See, that really
Yeah.
resonates with me. Music's always been a big part of our life, even growing up. So when I hear music, it makes me happy. And if it doesn't, I turn it off. Like I've got 16-year-old boys and they listen to a lot of music. And as soon as they put it on, I'm like, turn it off. I actually can't have this playing in my car. It doesn't make me feel good. It's making me angry and annoyed. Turn it off now. So we're constantly in battle, but it doesn't make me feel good. And you feel that instantly. So yeah, that I'm actually going to start listening to music more because I'm often in silence because I've got so much that I need to get through. But I think the music is going to make it more pleasurable for me, and also to move my body more because I'm doing a lot more work on being lighter at the moment, just my body being lighter, more energetic. So that's perfect. Thank you, Vero, for that reminder.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And you know that creates also an automatic response in your brain because I did it a lot. Now, as soon as I hear specific music I had in my playlist, instantly my body reacts and my mind too.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
So that when I have
it's like you've programmed yourself
I did
for this music to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's really interesting because I only discovered recently that I had programmed myself as a child to feel good when I eat chocolate. So I started noticing a little bit of history started repeating itself a year or so ago. And I found myself in the pantry hoovering, just like mauling chocolate. And I was feeling sick. And I just kept shoving it in my mouth. And I'm like, what is going on? And it was me. And then I worked through it emotionally and with my homeopath, and I took some homeopathics because it was very much trauma related. As a child, when I was going through trauma, chocolate made me feel good. So a program within myself was that if I ate chocolate, I would start feeling better right about now. And it wasn't making me feel better. It was making me sick, but I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop myself until I came to the awareness of what it was. And now I'm like, oh my God, of course. So it makes so much sense. But at the time, so it's the same thing with music. You've programmed yourself for the music to make you feel good. And that's exactly what it's doing when you hear it.
Yes,
So
yes.
I love it.
And
Perfect.
when you repeat this protocol, at some point, your brain react right away. So there are tools that I still use today because they are super efficient, but also they help me to go through life. Whatever the problem with someone or I don't know, whatever the problem, they really help me to go through life without creating more stress in my body or in my mind or in my heart. Or yes, so it's extremely useful,
Yeah,
very useful.
absolutely. Amazing. Thank you, Vero. So was there
Yeah,
anything else, or you pretty
yes,
much
diet,
of course. Yeah.
diet. So that it was one of the first things I did is to remove all inflammatory food
So
in my
that looked
diet.
like wheat. You took wheat out?
No, the inflammatory food.
Yeah. So what are examples of those foods?
I don't know anymore because I don't eat them anymore.
You don't eat them at all anymore?
No. I have a boring diet.
Okay, so
Let's be
okay, let's
completely
do this.
honest.
What does your diet look like today?
Today, spinach, cauliflower, salmon, beef, because I need it, unfortunately. Salads, all berries, a lot of berries, banana.
So would you say it's a Mediterranean diet where you've got some protein, some vegetables, and some fruit,
Yes,
or
yes,
similar
but
to?
well, because I have a digestive condition,
Okay.
so I'm not the good example, and usually I don't share that much about it because diet it's extremely personal,
Of course. Yeah, I agree.
and I don't like the idea of a certain type of diet.
Because everything works different for different people. And that's
Exactly,
something I often speak about.
exactly,
That what might work for me won't work for you.
exactly.
So it's
I'm
just
going to
about
give you an
listening,
example.
again, listening to your body, isn't it? If something you're eating it and your body's reacting, don't eat it. If
Mm-mm,
you're getting an upset tummy, if you've got bloating or anything like that, your body's telling you that this is not good for you. Take it out for a little bit. Maybe you can reintroduce it later on. But overall, I say eliminate toxins, preservatives as much as possible.
of course. No, but that, of
Because
course.
you would know now, coming from France into a Western culture, that a lot of the food in our supermarkets is rubbish. It's not even food.
No,
Um, so
you're right. Processed food to me doesn't exist.
yeah, that's right. But like that's for you because from a French culture, your quality of food is
Yes,
always amazing. But
yes, yes.
when you're coming into the
No,
Western world,
I
our
understand.
supermarkets are stocked with
Mm,
advertisements for rubbish. I don't even know how it's
mm, mm,
considered food. And we're feeding it to our kids for breakfast,
mm,
lunch, and
mm,
dinner. Go to the freezer. No, get a frozen
mm,
meal. That's not food.
mm.
McDonald's isn't food. And this is my opinion, Vero, not yours. KFC is not food. Occasional food, yeah, maybe, but some people are eating it every day.
Mhm.
And then they wonder why they're not feeling well and they're in a low vibration. It's because of what you're consuming is low vibration.
Yes, it's super important. It's super
Um,
important. But diet, it's so I'm going to give you an example. in my case with the rheumatoid arthritis, people will say to me, you need to eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruit. Wrong. Wrong. Completely wrong. In my case, if I eat too much vegetables, it's extremely dangerous for my digestive system. So
because they are bloating. A lot of vegetables are, especially if you're buying them
have too
with
much
preservatives.
Yeah, and I can't have too much fibers. Even if it's natural, very healthy vegetables, I can't.
Okay.
My body can't take too much fibers.
Oh, okay.
Which is crucial in my case. So it's for that I am extremely sensitive to the diet discussion, because each of us, we are different, and it's extremely important to be aware of what we are putting in our body and how our body is reacting. Our body is speaking to us.
100%.
We always.
100%.
So my diet is boring. I love food, and I come from a gastronomic background. Top of that, so I do love food, but 80% of my diet is extremely boring. So when I go out restaurant with my friends, I will of course eat more than what I usually eat at home, but I'm always keeping the balance. Always.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. And look, occasional foods are fine. And sometimes we're going to do things that we know isn't good for our body. But your body does have an amazing capability of detoxing if it's treated right most of the time.
Yeah.
So if we just keep accumulating those preservatives, toxins, and things that don't agree with us, our body is going to become not so much of the machine that it was built to be. So, just like putting the good petrol in the car, the petrol's going to run better. So, and absolutely with diet, and I 100% agree with you that we need to listen more to what makes us feel good. And if we want to be in high vibration, if we want to align with whatever our desire it is, whether it be in health or wealth, in your relationships, we need to start understanding that what we consume, our environment, the people we're around, all have an impact on us and our vibrational frequency. So this is important because people stay in toxic places and they wonder why they don't feel good. Like a scenario I use all the time is that, just think about if you've been out at a big night and you've been drinking all night, the next day you feel like shit. So you're going to be laying on the couch eating really bad food, but at this stage, you're not going to be really doing anything that's of benefit to your body or to your life because you're in a very low vibrational state. And that's as simple as it is. If we fill ourselves with toxins and all the rest of it, we're not going to be vibrating high. And then this is a whole new world, isn't it? Because then we're looking at what we're putting on our skin. We're looking at, what we're washing our dishes and our clothes with, and our deodorants and our oils and our fragrances. We start looking at everything once we start understanding, oh my God, once I remove this, I actually feel better. So it's a big world out there.
And also, what you are saying, it's also extremely important. It's to create an environment when you are at this level of disease and complication, and you need really to heal. You have to create an environment where it's peaceful, where it's positive. I'm extremely aware it's not easy for everyone to do it. But if you can't find it outside, find it inside.
100%.
And that is completely possible. Because when you create a positive and peaceful environment, you give space to yourself to grow up, to your body to heal, to change the chemistry in your body, which is crucial. And one more time, I know it's very easy to say, it's often more difficult to do, but there are solutions for you to create this peaceful space inside of you where nobody can touch, actually.
Yeah.
And if you are able to create it inside of you, that's really going to change the outcome.
Yeah.
And one of the things also I did in this protocol, which was also very extremely important to do, I took my courage and I faced my past, my trauma, and their consequences on me, my emotional reaction, my intellectual reaction, my belief system, all of that.
Yes.
And I seeing a therapist now since 3 years. Because I think that it's a crucial part of the work. One more time, like we said at the beginning, physical disease is a reflection of emotional one. And it's perhaps the most challenging part of the journey.
Yeah.
Is to face ourselves.
And that's why a lot of us retreat, because it can, like I think you mentioned perfectly a little bit ago, is that it's like an onion. And once you start peeling off the layers, there's more layers. And an important subject that came up a lot this week was resilience. And the importance of building that resilience on your journey. And you find this with support from others. You don't have to, a lot of people say, I've got to do this alone. You know, having the support of others, listening to stories like yours, seeing, you know, whoever resonates with you, doing the things that you are saying, these are tools. So it's like a tool belt, right? So when you go and you're on this journey of healing, whether it be from pain or trauma or whatever it be, the resilience you will find in the tools. These tools are going to help you get through to that next point of your evolution in your journey. And it's so important, because the resilience is so important. Having heart-centered breathing for me, where I can do anywhere instantly, and shift my energy instantly. It's a massive, I'm so grateful that I learned that, because I can do that. And it can take me, instead of just reacting, it helps me evolve beyond that reaction. And I think it's really important for people to understand everything we are talking about today is a tool. It's a tool for us to get to that next level of whatever our journey is. So really important.
I don't think it's possible for me to heal myself without this part of the journey. And it's really the most difficult one.
Yeah.
The most difficult part of the journey. But it's also perhaps the most rewarding.
Yeah.
And it takes time, courage. Me saying that, it's insane, because I never accepted I had courage, but clearly
you so do. You absolutely do.
But it's a crazy journey. But you know, today when I smile, I am deeply happy, despite craziness I went through.
Sometimes it's such an internal, it's so internal, like we can be loud when we celebrate certain things. But for me, I know that when it's like this explosion of my heart, like it's just, you can't, there's no drug, there's nothing that can match the feeling of pure joy. And you know it when you feel it, because it's like you're high. You're absolutely, your whole body is high. Nothing can compare. And it's a journey, but once you feel it, you want to keep going there, right?
Yes, and also we are all speaking of the law of attraction and all of that manifestation. It's so much more easier because it's so much more in tune with yourself. So it's I have to find an image because it's exponential.
Yes.
It's really exponential. And that it's the beauty of the journey. So even I know for many how the journey can be extremely painful and difficult.
Yeah.
However, it's really worth it because once you are able to pass the step where, okay, you know how to manage pain now, you know how to detach yourself emotionally, still dealing with your emotion. When you start to know all of that, and suddenly you face your traumas and emotional consequences, it's like opening a window into a completely new world.
Yes.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Vero. So beautiful. Oh, look, I think we've gone a little bit over time, but that's okay. I'm hoping that everyone watches this chat with you with a cup of tea, and just really watches it from the beginning to the end, because there is so much pieces of gold in here. That, you know, and you take what resonates with you right now, and you can always come back to this. So take with you, everyone's on a unique journey. And I have to mention again, this is not about medical advice. We are sharing Vero's story of healing, and this is holistic health. The protocol, Vero, is that you have is a lot to do with the holistic health principles. There's a lot of different tools.
I discovered that after.
There's a lot of different tools that you can use to support you if you're choosing to do your traditional medicine in